Oh, my, guys, we are live right now. We are live, guys. We are live with a special guest. We have a special guest.
Baby,
on the
we're
podcast.
live.
Guys, here we have Shane. If you guys are OG listeners of the podcast, you guys remember Shane. Actually, Shane.
Hell yeah.
When's the last podcast you did with us? It wasn't too long ago. Right?
October.
It was.
I wanna say,
actually, was it last year? Like a little bit.
Last year, 100% last year.
Well, it was definitely last year for sure. But
last year, I think it was like
November?
October of last year.
No way.
It was September.
No,
it
it
was
was
not.
not. Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
September of
That
last
is
year.
insane.
No. It might have been actually earlier. Hold on.
No
Was it
way.
the summer? No, I don't think it was early.
Yeah.
No, because
Dude,
we
no.
recorded one with them.
Oh my god.
This gets. Wait, Wait.
No later than no earlier than August.
Hold on.
Well, there's a lot of podcasts that I missed, but the latest podcast that I was on, I honestly don't remember.
It was probably September.
September?
Yeah, because I remember I was already moved into LA when you were still recording with
dude.
us.
It's almost been a full year. No,
It was September because I think I'm trying to look through the titles that we
Yeah,
have.
it was definitely.
I think you were in the Let's Go Champ thing when Josh was talking about the flight.
Oh yeah,
But that might have been the
Logan Paul
last
fight.
time. Like what's his face? The Jake Paul and Logan Paul fight.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Logan
right.
Paul fight.
KSI.
Wait, when was
But
when
the
was
first
that fight?
one, not the second one.
It was.
When was that fight?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was the September one.
It was end of September. I
Wow.
Yeah.
It was September,
Yeah.
huh?
think. Yeah.
Well,
September.
it was mid-September.
Mid-September.
Like, I think
Wow.
September
Okay,
was-
so we have a
15
lot to catch up on then, huh? And I have a lot to catch up with you guys too.
I know. Oh, one huge thing that
How-
you did was you met Quavo.
Quavo.
Yeah, you met Quavo recently, which
I
is
sure
which is
did.
freaking nuts, dude.
Yeah, well,
So
I'll
you
get
gotta-
to
you gotta
that.
tell us
we
about
gotta rewind though. We gotta rewind of how it all started.
Yeah.
So,
here, tell us.
I'll tell the story of how this all.
He was
how
born
this- how
on.
this
You
all
told
went
me a little
down.
bit about it, but yeah, Quavo was born March. No. Yeah, I'm curious. So tell.
All right.
Yeah, so tell.
For
'cause I only know a
anyone
little
that
bit.
wants to meet people and get into this whole like world of just meeting creators is to honestly become a creator yourself. So I started like making videos. As you guys know, I've been making YouTube videos for a while,
Yes, you have.
and I've actually been thinking about this, like wanting to go back and make like Call of Duty again because that new game is out. But that's a whole other topic.
Good stream.
But yeah, true. But I was so about 2 years ago, I used to work as a receptionist in like a barbershop.
That's right.
And
remember.
I was working the front
Barbershop
desk one
videos.
day. Yep, I was working the front desk one day, and I recognized this guy because I used to be like, not a fan, but I used to follow his work. Like I was a fan of his work because he did custom shoes for like NFL, NBA.
that's
He
sick,
recently
okay.
came out with a commercial with Steph Curry. He has, he's done shoes for anyone you could imagine. He's done
Yeah.
a shoe for, and so I was in the barbershop one day, and this is around the time that I recently got into making Instagram, like short videos, like edits and stuff like that for the barbers. So they knew that I wanted to make this like a career of mine, to like make Instagram edits or like short films for clients that need to promote their business, whatever. And I overheard the conversation with this guy that came in to get his haircut. Ironically, I followed him on Instagram and was a fan of his work. And the barber was talking to him about wanting to make YouTube videos because he was like, dude, you're doing such like amazing work for, celebrities that everyone wished they could meet or like see the behind the scenes of it. And I was sitting right there and I was like, actually, speaking of making YouTube videos, like I have a history of making YouTube videos myself, and I would like to, potentially shoot something with you, And I was like, what's the worst that could happen? He says no, So fast forward a few months and I get a phone call and it's him, and he's like, yo, what are you doing? And I was like, nothing much. I'm just at my house. He's like, can you like come by? I forgot what day it was. And he was like, we gotta, I want to like hop on this whole YouTube thing, and I know you could help me with it. So I was like, yeah, for sure. So fast forward, I drove about an hour to his studio and shot my first video with him. And it was a release of his own sneaker. So we actually drove to New York City together, and it was cool because like that whole day driving in New York City and going through that experience together, like you have to bond with them. So I got to know this guy pretty fast and pretty well. And then he took me through the first video I shot for him was in New York City, Soho, Nike Lab. He did like a custom Nike shoe with Nike. And then right after that, he had a party for his shoe that was coming out with Patrick Ewing, an old NBA player.
Yeah.
And so like that first day, I already met like all these people. And I was like, what? You know what I mean? The first day.
That's freaking nuts.
And so after I did that, Looking back at it, like obviously I could be way better, and I could have came out with the video way better. And that video that he did, that shoot that he did with Nike, we actually never released the video because there was supposed to be a second part where he makes the shoe. The shoe takes 10 weeks to be like processed in the lab, and then he opens it. And I wasn't around for the unboxing video, so he just ended up opening it himself, and I never got to like shoot that footage. So I just have all this raw footage from that day. And then fast forward 2 months, it's now May, and he calls me up. He's like, yo, do you want to shoot behind the scenes? I have ESPN coming to my studio to shoot something. I'm doing a custom plate for the Yankees game, Yankees versus Dodgers. And I was like, oh, shit, hell yeah.
Damn.
So that day I got to meet all these people from ESPN, all the people that make the videos, that edit the videos, that do all the sound mixing, like all these freaking creative, talented people from ESPN. I'm just literally chilling with them like they're my friends. You know what I mean? So I did that video, and I don't think we were on the same page about that video because he wanted me to shoot like behind the scenes of how ESPN shoots their videos. I shot my own video. So I didn't even do my job. I didn't even shoot like behind the scenes of ESPN. I shot like my own version of what ESPN shot. So there was basically 2 videos of the same thing. And he was like, all right, well, obviously I'm going to release the ESPN, video because they did hell of a job better,
Yeah.
He didn't say that, but that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Like they did a better job than me. So I was like, why not? You know what I mean? So, he never used that video. I don't think which is completely fine. Nothing against me at all. So this was back in May. And now this whole summer goes by. Yeah, this whole summer goes. This is just the beginning of how I met this
I
guy.
knew about the first parts, but I didn't know that it just kept going.
Yeah. So fast forward basically from May till past when we recorded the podcast, all the way up until December. That's how long it took for him to get back to me about doing another thing. And I felt like I lost his trust. I was like, oh shit, I didn't like really give him a first impression, like good first impression on like me making videos. Luckily it wasn't my job. He actually just had to do some, all summer long he just had shit going on and couldn't really hop on the YouTube wave. Finally, December rolls around and he calls me up. He's like, yo, I think it's time to finally hop on this YouTube thing 100%. I'm like, I'm all in. Let's do it. This is recently I got my new Sony A7 III that like a gym client. I shoot gym videos as well, like workout videos. The guy that owns a supplement store, he bought me this camera, recently bought me a new MacBook. So like having all these good connects really helped me out. Dude. And then speaking of the barbershop, I get free haircuts because all I have to do is shoot one video for the barber once every few months, and then I get a free haircut every Thursday. So like having all these connects and like working around just like helps me a lot. You know what I mean? God, dude.
So connections is like it's key.
Yeah, like make if you're gonna do a video for somebody, get on their good side. If you like, for me, I have a connect to this guy that owns a supplement store, so I charge him way less than I charge anybody else, and in return, eventually that money piles up, and he sees that, and then he'll reward me with like, let's say, a new MacBook or supplements or energy drinks, whatever I want from his shop for free. That's dope. Just because I charge him less. So that's kind of like the smarter thing that I've been doing recently. And then, and it's funny too, because the videos that I shoot that I don't charge anybody because I either want like free haircuts or whatever, usually end up doing the most viewed video, like usually get the most reach on Instagram. Yeah. It's weird, And then the videos that people spend a few $100 on to me, or pay me a few $100 to like make it for them, they don't get like any view. I don't know. It's weird. So finally fast forward till December, and he makes his YouTube channel, which you could follow at Mosh, MACHE Customs on YouTube. And he's been getting, upwards to like one video right now. His most popular video has like 90,000 views, which is dope because it has my name written all over it,
Yeah,
like I filmed it, edited it, everything like that. But finally, fast forward to December, he did the first episode. We shot the first episode, and it was him making custom Air Force Ones, and it had Angry Birds on it for the release of the Angry Birds movie that David Dobrik has a role in.
Wait, what is what is it called again? The YouTube channel?
Mosh Customs, MACHE.
Oh, and Mash Customs.
Yeah. Pronounced Mosh. So he did that episode.
so
that
sick,
did
dude.
all right, whatever. It was like first episode. We're still learning each other. It took about 3 to 4 episodes to finally figure out like the editing style, how long we're gonna make the video, what the audience really wants from him, and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
So we did it's crazy because within the past 6 months, I've met more people and more creative, talented artists and celebrities than I've met my whole life. Which
I know,
is
it's
freaking
dude,
insane.
it's freaking insane.
So it's
so
insane
weird.
with you. You have, I'm sure you've already talked about it on the podcast, but
Yeah.
you know, you've met a lot of freaking people too. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
weird, dude.
And it's funny because looking back to when we were in college and had our own podcast and we all talked about
I know,
this
do you know what's
becoming
insane?
reality.
I don't know if-
is now becoming a reality so quick.
I mean, I'm sure we've said this before. I just want to say it again because I just like repeating myself. But dude, it's so weird that this started out as like is it an actual like radio? Like not a lot of people probably know this, but like
weird.
it was me and Shane and our other friend Jack. We actually started like the reason why like we're doing literally the podcast today is like because we started off with like having like a radio show. Like we had like an actual radio show on radio. And that it's like
you can listen live.
Yeah, you can
and
listen
bro,
live.
I remember
and you
the
can tune
first
in.
episode we aired. I was so scared to mess up live, like in
Oh,
like,
dude, 'cause
radio.
you can't
I was
swear,
so
'cause you
scared
can't
to
swear.
press the wrong button.
Yeah,
or, like
dude, or,
forget
like,
to mute or
Well, because
swear.
you were hosting it too.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah,
had to do
Shane,
the
Shane
whole.
all the
ran
control.
the whole.
Because I remember I guessed it on. That was terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my god,
Bro,
I'm breathing.
I want to do that. Like, I'll be honest. If I had to relive any moment in my life, it would probably be like just thinking about it. I can't really think of anything that I would want to relive than like the vlogging times and recording times that we did in college.
Yeah, those were
like,
the favorite.
It's always been my dream.
Dude, that
to
whole
live
Christmas
with, like,
thing
people
was
that like
such
to create.
a fun
You know what I mean?
time.
So much fun.
Dude,
Like
Christmas
my
in
dream
college
of mine.
was so sick.
So much fun. It's always been my dream to like live in like a house of just creators and like creating content with people. And that was basically that. Like you got to wake up, you walked out your door, and you had hundreds of people that just were surrounded by you. You know what I mean?
Now
And it was
college.
which was where this whole idea came from of us doing something too.
it's
Because like
crazy.
we just wanted to like. I just wanted to elongate that kind of like idea of because I knew it was gonna end like and it kind of did like it ended kind of fairly quickly. I think we got lucky that freshman year.
Yeah.
But
and it's
but I
crazy
think,
too
you know,
because
we
it
can
wasn't a
recreate
full
that.
year for me at least.
Yeah.
Josh, you
No,
finished out, did you?
Say that again.
Finished.
You finished
We
out
finished that year.
the full semester, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
oh,
only
yeah,
there
but-
until December.
Yeah.
Is crazy.
And it wasn't. I think it kind of like.
I just commuted the second half of the semester.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Which it immediately started to feel not the same like towards that time, but I think by the end of that it was definitely things were changing, especially the dynamics were changing, and then I don't know. I think like I'm definitely my goal too is to kind of eventually be able to recreate that for the future.
Yeah.
To like be because that's kind of my goal at least.
That's a goal of mine too.
And that was why like it's so right now obviously we're all in different places, and that's why I got in touch with Josh. I was like, yo, do you remember when you guys did the radio thing? It's like we should keep going with the podcast and like let's do that again because that's the only thing that we can do right now because we're all like in different spots. But
And
hopefully one
honestly-
day we can do stuff like in person together again.
Honestly, it's my goal. Like on top of just like making the videos that I do now, I've had so many ideas, and it's honestly I can't give any excuse except I'm sorry. I have given all the excuses of me just being lazy and like not wanting to do it. Wanting to do it, just not having the time to do it, whatever. But it's so funny because I have a lot of time. I'm just super lazy. Like recently, I've been waking up at like 12. It's already almost 5:30, and it feels like I just woke up. You know what I mean? So like
I was doing
wanted
that.
to like on top of just like making like Call of Duty videos again, we're like live streaming. I want to start doing like behind the scenes of me. You know what I mean? Like but like I'm getting to meet all these people, but it's funny because I can't film my reaction or like my perspective of like morning to night and like how it all goes down, how I piece together my videos, how I edit. So I've been thinking about like wanting to vlog, and then eventually one day a dream of mine is to meet up with you guys and eventually we all like somehow live in relatively close
Dude,
to where we
it's
can
freaking
commute
possible
to one
now.
studio and record with cameras and everything like that.
I don't
know,
For
it's just
sure
like-
possible now. I mean, just
No, for sure.
different attributes behind the scenes. That
Yeah. But I'm just saying like eventually like down the road I want that to be like a thing of mine
Definitely.
where
that'd be
we
so
just
sick.
have a podcast because you're getting more connects recently. I'm getting a lot of connects recently, like freaking bro, Quavo. What do you mean? You know what I mean? Like,
it makes no
like
sense.
all these connects that like
understand.
eventually I want to be able to have like on a podcast and like sit down and people could watch it for their own sit or listen, whatever. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I think I noticed it too. Like with like the comment of like, oh, you being lazy. I think it's also honestly like the more you pack in there, like especially with like for example, the podcast is one of the things like I edit as of like with other things, but it's like having that in the schedule and like having to hit a specific scheduled date because now we have like the dates makes me kind of like in a way schedule my life around it to the point where now I kind of to an extent have a schedule in it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's something I care about. But I think before that, I was kind of similar when like I didn't really like I was working on a lot of stuff, but nothing like I didn't have to hit specific dates. I was kind of a little bit wishy-washy and I was all over the place. But I think honestly creating like having those things that you want to hit like really helps.
This is like I like how we have the podcast because it allows us to like have some structure.
Exactly.
Yeah, at least like every week
same with like I mean, I haven't been doing good on this recently, but that's because I'm trying to adjust to the new schedule now of being quarantined.
Well, right now also the Corona thing did not help.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, this Corona thing, I've lost probably like within the past month. Like, I'm not gonna say the amount, but I've lost a lot of videos just because of this whole freaking Corona thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember.
I lost this much weight.
Bro, I don't remember. I gained a lot actually because I've been so lazy. But I don't remember the last time that I got paid. I'll be honest. Actually, I got paid like this week, but like besides that,
that's the thing. You're also like a freelance type of thing too.
It's tough.
So that's
same
like,
with me. Like I'm a filmer for a couple of my friends, like at the Hype House, and I can't. I'm in Massachusetts now. I flew home last night. But dude, it was so crazy. Dude, the flight home was insane. I literally felt like
how was that, by the way?
It wasn't that bad. I mean, there was people at the airport. I mean, there was probably like. There was like cars that were scattered, and it was like going to like a local airport. Like that's what it was like.
Were you scared LAX. Though? Like walking through it, were you scared that you're gonna catch?
No, because I mean, I was talking to my dad about this, and also I just watched Casey Neistat's recent video. His friend Dan Mace.
Bro, his friend has it.
Yeah, Dan Mace, who's I've actually met before. He's a really nice guy. He actually he got it. He's
a South African lad.
Yeah, and so but like Casey Neistat said this in his video. He's like everybody like we're all gonna eventually get sick. Like whether it's from coronavirus, whether it's from the flu, whether it's from some sort of disease. Like so, it's inevitable that we're gonna get sick. It's just a matter of just trying to contain it to where like the people. It's just trying to deal with it. Yeah.
Right. All right, but before we get on that topic, I want to quickly finish because I hate just venturing off and then forgetting what I'm going to say. Yeah. So while it's still fresh. All right, so we're still in December. This is finally I have like 2 to 3 episodes out with him. So far, he's made shoes for the episodes at least. He's made shoes for Conor McGregor after he won his fight. A few WWE chicks, NFL stars like Stephon Diggs, which is on the Vikings, just got traded. Marshawn Lynch when he came back to Seattle. And he had that whole like Skittles thing. He made custom shoes for that.
That's sick.
And these are all videos that you can see on his YouTube channel behind the scenes of making them. And it's cool because all these players, even though I didn't get to go meet them, he actually flew out to hand deliver the shoes and filmed it on his iPhone and then sent me the footage. And it's cool to like just edit footage for like Marshawn Lynch, let's say. Or,
that's sick.
All these top NFL players. Cool, you know what I mean? It's just crazy, like handling it, and just handling like it's in my control of how people are going to see this video, which is crazy. And then on top of that, recently, so fast forward now, we're in January, February. I forgot what month I met Quavo, but fast forward a few episodes, and he calls me up a few days before I have to go film with him, and he's like, "Yo, in a few days, this is right when the Kobe thing happened. So I think what is that, February that Kobe passed away?
I believe it was February.
I think so, right? So Quavo's in the NBA All-Star Weekend game. So he was in the game.
Yeah, with Justin, right?
Like the All-Star Weekend, they have like NBA dunk contest, 3-point contest, all of that, So Quavo wanted 3 pairs of custom shoes from Mosh, and somebody else did the first pair for him. So he just needed 3 more because he wanted to wear a different pair for every quarter. So Mosh did customs for every quarter or 3 quarters.
Imagine changing
so crazy.
to a different pair of shoes.
So crazy.
So
he calls me up and he's like, yo, Quavo wants 3 pairs. Are you down to make we're going to film like a YouTube video, let's say, whatever. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. Luckily, we live close enough to where he actually picks me up and we drive because his studio is an hour away, but we actually we live close by in real life.
Yeah.
So he picks me up. We drive to his office, and then along the whole way driving there, we like communicate ideas back and forth. And it's funny that we're actually
do it that way.
Yeah, and it's funny that we're filming a podcast because the whole ride there we're actually listening to podcasts.
Oh, that's so funny.
I don't know. No one listens to music anymore, which is funny. You know, everyone's about.
I know. I listen to podcasts now in my car,
dude, all the time.
Occasionally, if I want to.
Yeah. But
I kind of get it like in phases where I like even sleep to them sometimes.
Yeah. So we get to his studio, and he's like, "All right, we gotta meet. We gotta make a Kobe and Gigi tribute shoe for Quavo." Nice. And I was like, "Oh, dope. When's the All-Star game?" And he's like, "In 2 days." And I was like, "Wait, how are you gonna do this? How are you gonna make the shoe and ship it out to him?" He's like, "Actually, Quavo's in New York City. We're gonna make them and then drive there tonight."
Oh my!
And I was like,
God.
"Wait a second, what?" I was like, "I'm all in for adventures." But this was a different type of adventure.
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit. Like, I'm going to meet
shoes,
Quavo.
Filming everything.
Bro, it was insane. And that night before, that's when that video got released of him playing basketball with Justin Bieber and Drake in a hotel.
Yeah, you were telling me
that. Was that same night that I got to meet Quavo.
Oh my God, imagine if Justin was there, dude. Holy
bro,
crap.
It was so crazy.
Drake comes in. Yeah, it's good,
So he makes the shoe. We film it. And it's funny because we were actually feeling rushed. So in the edit, I actually put like a timer of how much time he has left throughout the making of the shoe.
Oh, that's cool. That's sick.
So finally,
I need to watch this video, Shane. I watched a little bit.
Portrait is sick.
I have a very important question though.
What's up?
When you're talking to Quavo, does he ad-lib while in middle conversation? Because I need to know this, dude.
A little bit.
They just have the rest of the Migos just in the background.
That'd be so funny.
Nah, I'll get to that. So he makes the shoe, and then finally he finished it ahead of time. So we had like another hour or two to spare. So we get Chipotle, whatever, and now we drive to New York City. It's about a 3-hour drive there. The whole way there, I'm just thinking to myself like, dude, what am I gonna say? Like when I meet this guy, like
I'm the same way when I meet like a celebrity.
Like,
I'm the same.
Like what is going on right now? You know what I mean? So we finally get into New York City. We're a block away. And then he puts on Uptown Vibes by Meek Mill. And I was like, yo, this is a vibe, bro. I'm like, this is like a dream come true. Like, I'm literally riding through New York City with this guy that I used to be a fan of. Now I'm making videos for him. And now we're going to meet like a top list celebrity. Yeah. And this is around the same night, the same time that he came out with that song Intentions with Justin Bieber. Oh my And that song blew up. Yeah. So that night, he was actually on Jimmy Fallon. So... yeah, he was on Jimmy Fallon that same night. So
that's why he's in New York.
Yeah. So we arrived to the hotel. We park. And so we're walking in. We finally get to the lobby. And so we're chilling in the lobby, freaking nice ass hotel. And I'm sitting there. And at this point I'm kind of nervous to ask like Mosh like what any details cuz like I'm just trying to like record everything, but at the same time like I don't want to like because I could tell he's a little nervous at the same time. So I don't like want to bombard him with like, yo, what do I have to film? What do you want me to say? Like, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So like, I'm just trying to let him be himself, be natural. And I'm just trying to capture every moment. So this whole time I have my camera recording. Yeah. Finally, my camera starts to overheat because it's recording, and I don't want to miss like the first encounter with Quavo because they've never met before, like in person.
Oh, okay, so they don't know each other.
The first reaction, exactly. Okay. And I didn't really want to mess that up. Like it's my job to capture this moment. You know what I mean? So my camera overheats, and I'm like, shit. Like my camera has never overheated before, and that's because I'm also filming this whole video in 4K, like the highest quality possible, highest bitrate possible. Like I'm just trying to make a dope video. So the camera overheats, and I'm like, shit. The camera shuts off, and I try to turn it on, it won't turn on. Right then and there. Bro, I'm like, are you kidding me? So Mosh, like, this is 30 minutes waiting in the lobby, and like any second, Quavo's gonna walk through the doors and just be like, yo, what's up? You know what I mean? So,
oh my god,
another half hour goes by. So we're now waiting in the lobby. About an hour goes by.
Oh, thank God!
We're waiting in the lobby for Quavo. And we're having bets on who's going to, like, what car he's going to pull up in. I actually saw, like, a Mercedes G-Wagon park in front, and I thought that was him at first, but it wasn't. Like, 20 minutes go by, and no one gets out. I'm like, all right, whatever. Out of nowhere, and at this point, the camera's back on. Like, it's good. It cooled down, so I'm good. The whole block lights up. It looks like lightning is outside. I'm like, what is going on? It's not thunder and lightning outside, is it? I realize it's paparazzi. I'm like, holy bro, if you've ever seen paparazzi before in person, especially at nighttime with all the flashes.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. It's
insane. The sound is annoying. The sound is really annoying.
Well, I didn't really hear the sound because I was inside and you see it the windows. But the it's crazy. And he's coming out of Jimmy Fallon, and Jimmy Fallon's studio is a block away. So all his fans are actually chasing the car down. He's got mad people following him.
That's insane.
And so 3 black Suburbans pull up to the entrance. He hops out, has like all these bodyguards with him, and he walks in. And then all the bodyguards like hold the cameraman back. So like finally like no one's inside, but you see all the people outside just watching through the windows. And I'm inside getting to film with this dude. And I'm just like meeting this guy.
Oh my God,
and
dude, that's
it's not in the video
so
because I didn't want to like put my interaction in Mosh's video, but I have it on my phone. Like he came up to me, he's like, yo, he dabbed me up.
That's sick.
From there, I don't remember what happened that whole night, bro. I blacked out because when you're trying to film and you're recording a video, especially me, I'm staring at the screen and I film in manual focus because I don't want to rely on autofocus to mess up like the clip or anything like that.
True.
So the whole time I have to watch the screen.
Oh,
and make
you're focusing like hardcore, like
mess with the
screen.
lighting. Yeah.
It just turns out this whole story's fake and Shane was
it's not. So at one point we finally get into like his penthouse, whatever, like the top floor. And it's funny because you go to, I think it's like the 54th
I did
floor.
see
you had to go to the 53rd floor
nuts,
and then
bro.
get a key to open a separate elevator to access his floor.
God.
So fans can't encounter him.
Oh my
bro,
God.
I don't know what's going on at this point. Like I'm freaking
he
out.
Money.
And I'm sweating profusely, like it is hot. So we get into his hotel, and I don't like it like a snap of a finger. It went from meeting Quavo and like being the biggest fan of this dude to it feels like I'm hanging out with my best friend that I've known for 10 years because he's so chill and he's so down to earth, and he isn't like his ego isn't like he doesn't have a bad ego at all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
his
ego is so like. He's just a person, bro. Like besides like his fame and like the numbers on social media, he's just another guy. You know what I mean? And I realized that after meeting all these celebrities, that they're just people with just numbers on their name. You know
I know
what I mean?
that's weird. Every time,
it's crazy.
It was like that.
So,
I mean, I didn't meet them, but at Saddle Ranch, Justin and Ariana Grande were there for somebody's like one of their mutual friends' like birthday parties, and it was weird because I went there because I usually would go there like on a Tuesday night because it was karaoke night, boom boom crack. And and all of a sudden I get out, I'm like, why can't I go in there? And then all of a sudden there's this paparazzi that just bombard the place. Dude, paparazzi are crazy. Dog.
It's crazy.
And then then my friend texted me. He was like, "It's Ariana and Justin are in their like party right now."
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, really? Like, it's kind of sick, actually.
I know. It's like I don't know. It's hard to explain until you experience it. Oh my God, it's like a really hard feeling to explain. But
it is.
So finally I'm in his whatever you want to call it, room, penthouse, whatever. It was like a 3-floor hotel room. It was crazy.
What the hell, dude?
It's crazy because like it's at nighttime, so you have a 360 view of New York City, like skyline. Like his hotel is like right on top of Times Square,
dude.
And you have like a 360 view.
Sick,
so sick.
Are you kidding me?
So sick. So I'm sitting there, and then I finally have a moment to like put down the camera and just like look around, and I'm like, bro, reality hit. I'm like, holy shit, like I'm really here
crying.
Right now. Yeah, right. I just start tearing up. I'm like, wow,
I remember,
I'm here right now.
David remembers when I'll tell you after the podcast, but like I remember there was a moment like something happened, and you know, just like the whole night was just like insane. Like it was like your night. Like I looked around, and reality hit, and then I remember calling David and telling him like what happened, and then I remember on the drive home, I played "Congratulations" by Post Malone. I just started crying.
Yo, so sick. That's so dope.
Funny.
So it's funny too because at this point, like Quavo's an entertainer, so he knows like that we're there to film a video. We're there that we want to make it cool. So he's like, "Yo, let's get like an opening shot. Me opening the door, like you knocking on it. I'll open up the door. Like
that's
first interaction,
sick.
Whatever." And so like we're just hanging out making a YouTube video now at this point. You know what I mean? And he has like his PS4 set up on the couch. His boys are just there like hanging out. He has freaking this is another story, but he's got like 10 pairs of unreleased Off-White Jordan collabs that are just there. And like, I don't really know like the shoe world, but Mosh is like, yo, these like whatever.
Yeah,
he's like picking up the shoes.
My friend Jared would have been freaking out because my friend Jared is such a
so crazy. And they were all unreleased Jordans too.
That's insane.
I think they came out already, but they like recently. But yeah, at that point,
it's like they haven't. Nobody knows, and you just told the entire world.
Nobody knew. And this is that night that he performed on. You could find it on YouTube that Jimmy Fallon and Justin Bieber performed "Intentions" on Jimmy Fallon's show together.
Oh my god!
And I realized that like Justin Bieber was there right now. Like what if he pulls up?
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Wait a second. Dude, what if Justin just like knocked on the door? You just he's like, Shane, go get the door, and you open the door. It's Justin Bieber.
Yeah, right. So finally, like we're there max. I think we're only there for like an hour in his room, which is still a long time. But we're like hanging out.
Yeah, dude.
And then finally, the night rolls down, and he's getting dressed, and like he has like a designer and a hat, and he has like 4 different clothing racks of just like designer clothes, and his like. Fashion designer dresses him for dinner and whatnot.
I know all the Migos guys, they all dress like
so crazy.
Nice.
So he dresses up, and then he's collecting numbers of who's going to dinner, and I'm like he's not gonna ask us to dinner, is he? And he didn't, because like obviously we're just there to film a video. We're not like on that level yet, you know what I mean? But like,
oh my god,
he apparently, I don't know if it was the same dinner that Justin was at, but I heard him say something about Justin is gonna like. I'm meeting up with Justin. We're gonna all go out to dinner together. So like that would have been crazy, you know, just like going out to dinner with all of them.
Dude.
But like just besides that, like it's just like thinking about it, like it's just insane. Like that night is just crazy in general. Getting to meet.
Dude, if I was at that dinner, I'd overthink my chewing.
It's so crazy.
I would not.
So crazy. So after that night, a week goes by, we make another video, and this time he makes a custom for I forget, we've made so many videos already, I already forgot the people that we made. But recently, another crazy story is I'm not really like, I used to be a huge fan of WWE, like wrestling.
Yeah.
But I kind of grew out of it as I aged
up. You told me this.
He calls me
yeah,
up.
I remember that too.
And he's like, hey, we got to do a three pairs of customs for these 3 girls, divas, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I go to his shop, we film the video, whatever, and then I didn't know this, but he got me backstage passes to go deliver it to WWE with him.
Oh
and
my
this
god,
is the
dude,
same night
so sick.
It's this event called the Royal Rumble, so it's like whoever wins these matches go to WrestleMania, like the biggest event. It's like the Super Bowl of like WWE, whatever. Yeah. So we this event is in Philly, so we drive from Connecticut to Philly. It's about like 3.5 hours. It was a beautiful day. It was like 65 and sunny. Like it was perfect. And then we get to Philly. We go to a hotel, get to meet up with the first girl that talks about like a custom. Lit. And then we go into Philly, downtown Philly. We eat like authentic cheesesteaks and whatnot. That was pretty cool.
That's funny.
And then we killed a few hours just shopping around. He went to some cool like hype beast stores and stuff like that.
That's
and then
dope.
we went to the event. And we got treated like kings. We literally got backstage access. We got to meet all these crazy, WWE wrestlers and whatnot. And then we got held in catering, which is like they just catered food like a buffet.
Like, did you meet like the Big Show or like I don't know? I don't know if
the Big Show's a part of it anymore, but the biggest girl right now, her name's like Becky Lynch. So funny story is that was a custom that he did. So she comes into the catering room. We film like her reaction to opening the shoe, and you could find that, and it's a most recent upload. This is actually like that video is the video that I spent like 10 hours on editing, that WWE episode, because I like put my heart into like I'm trying to like make the videos more entertaining, and with that comes editing.
Oh yeah,
and editing takes forever. If you never edited a video before, it takes forever.
I've seen your Snapchat story, and I saw like the timeline. I think I had a heart attack.
Forever, it takes forever. So. It's a funny story because we filmed all these reactions of the shoes, and then the girl Becky Lynch, she's like very popular and whatnot. She grabs food and just sits next to me and just like we just hang out. Like that's like another night where like all these celebrities, you just realize that they're just people, and you're just hanging out
doing a job.
And then fast forward, we get to go, we get escorted to our seats, and we're front row seats, and it's funny because where we're sitting right behind the announcers. So when they show the announcers on TV, you see me in the background. It's funny because if you go on YouTube and you look up that night, like Royal Rumble in Philly, you see my face in the background. Like throughout like all the clips. It's so sick. So, and then after that, we get to keep the folding chair that we sat on, and it has like the Royal Rumble print. I have my like band where it says like Backstage Access and whatnot.
Oh, that's sick, dude.
That's
cool.
That's pretty much where we are right now. Current time. That's where we are. So I started in the barbershop, and now here we are.
Yeah, I know, dude. Now you're freaking making videos with celebrities.
And it's funny because that guy that I shoot the workout videos for, I met in the barbershop. Like I've met all these people in the barbershop. It's weird. I know. But what were you gonna say? You were gonna say something about making a video or something.
Me?
Josh.
Did I say that?
He just died.
Josh.
Yeah, did I say that?
Josh, you alive?
I'll just edit around this.
I think his internet's
Where is
dead.
this dude?
Dude,
there we go. What are you talking about?
Oh, there you go. All right.
Can you guys just not hear me? You want to keep this on because that was kind of funny.
Okay.
Because I was literally just like, yeah. what's going on? Because I can.
But
see
what were you gonna say?
Right no, wait. Did I say that earlier?
No, I was talking about the whole backstage access and filming WWE, and now here we are, current time. And then you were saying something, and I cut you off by accident.
Oh no, I was gonna say what was it? Oh my god, it's like my skit today. No, I think I was just gonna ask you about like who else did you meet, but the Undertaker.
Oh yeah, I mean so far that's. Oh yeah, the Undertaker. I didn't get to meet him, but he was there that night.
Oh, he was there.
He was in the match, which was pretty cool.
Dude, that's so sick.
Yeah. There's a few guys that are up there, like Daniel Bryan, I think is one. Do you know that one clip where some people use it in their videos where it's like yes, it's like WWE and it's like a cage. And the whole audience is like, yeah.
Oh,
yes.
I think so, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like an effect that like some vloggers use that. I don't know. But that guy that has like the yes reaction where it makes his fan do, I get to meet him. He was there.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean.
Do you know, I think, like, even though I haven't even, like, well, a lot of the connections I've met with and stuff have not been like social media people or like they've been just kind of like, long story. Point is, just listening to your stories though, and like even Josh, like we talk about pretty much almost every night at this point, and just like constantly hearing like all these people you guys are meeting, it is constantly making me feel like making me realize how small the world is.
Yeah,
how connected everything is. Because I remember when we were all in Fitchburg, again, back to what we were saying, it's like it just feels like this world is so big.
It happens.
Like, all these people all so far away, but it's like all of a sudden it's like.
Yeah.
It's like Justin Bieber is like
it's
pretty
funny.
much around the area.
It also,
like, do you know what I mean? It's like I'm basically talking to this person. It's weird.
It is weird. Yeah. It also. I mean, it takes like a little bit of like. I shouldn't say that.
What?
No. I was gonna say so Shane, like in your position, like you wouldn't be there if like you weren't like a social, like you wouldn't be in your position if you weren't like a sociable person. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like it does take like you have to be
well, that's what I'm saying. Like if I didn't open my mouth that day in the barbershop saying like
exactly like some people do have like get the opportunities to meet like these like celebrities or like internet people, but they just choose not to.
You just gotta do it, dude. You just gotta say something.
I think I know what you were gonna say, Jeff.
Yeah, but it's just like it's also,
just like
I don't know. I'm trying to.
But no,
I don't want
back
to
to what
say
you're saying though
bad.
About like how this world is like so small and whatnot. It like going through like school, like high school, middle school, whatever. And I was like, if you know how like every school has like the popular kids, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
So, like I was that kid that thought I would never get to like quote unquote be a friend of like the popular kids or like the group that had like the high following on Instagram or like the groups that were like good on that were all at varsity games and whatnot. And it's weird because fast forward and now these kids are paying me big bucks to shoot videos for them, you know what I mean? Like them working out. And it's weird because like there's some people that all through high school and like middle school I never thought I would see it again in my life or like ever talk to because they're that popular kid. But now fast forward to like current day.
Do you get like
I'm
messages from them?
Doing all these videos for them. It's the weirdest thing.
I've gotten messages.
That's pretty cool.
From people.
Yeah.
I think the cool thing about like Shane's situation is the fact that you've stayed in Connecticut and you're growing in Connecticut, and it's making you like kind of. I think it's eventually, depending on how long you're staying there, like I think it's eventually gonna kind of leave your name in that area because you know what I mean. I think growing up there has something to it.
It does, no, for sure. And it's funny because I've actually got, I still have yet to do it, but my old teacher that in high school emailed me asking if I could go to her school and teach, like have like a
talk,
like a talk in front of the whole school about like pursuing your dreams and just like be like just who I am and like how I got there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
It's crazy.
I think my teacher, I forget what scenario it was. I think it was like my teacher wanted.
You kind of had the same thing too, right?
Yeah. It was my friend Kira, and then my other friend Crady, and like we went in. And just like talked to like our broadcast class about like what we're doing. Like I told her like I told them about like my move to Los Angeles, and my other friend Crady goes to Embry. No, not Embry Riddle. What the heck? I forget what the name of the school is called in Boston, but it's like this big film school.
Bro, think about it. If you did it now, the amount of stories that you have just within the past 6 months.
Oh my god, it's insane.
Is like
because
so bro, when I went,
David knows all about because every I'm not even kidding, Shane. Every time some big event happens,
you just call up David.
I call David immediately, dude. I call David like at 2 a.m. my time. Like after like
which is like 5 or 6 here.
You're like, good morning, David.
Event, I call David and he picks up. He's like, 24-hour service. How's it going? Like that.
Bro, I remember when you called me one day. Funny. You FaceTime me. You pulled an all-nighter. You were just getting home.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Dude,
yeah,
no, that's like every day. Though
it was like
it's
10,
become every day.
It was like 10 a.m. here, and you were just getting home.
It was
filming,
it was like 6:30, and I was driving on the 101 going home.
Shane, do you know the moment where you were talking about like the camera overheating? In that moment, I feel like that's kind of a moment where I feel like Josh would have called me there. And she'd be like, "Dude, bro, I am in."
I was so nervous. Yeah. Oh, another thing too. That same day that I went to Philly, I don't even know how I missed over this. You guys know Barstool, obviously.
Yeah, Barstool.
Yeah.
Oh, did you meet Dave?
Not Dave. I met Kevin. He owns runs KFC
Kevin,
Radio. Kevin Clancy, I think his name is. I got to go to Barstool's offices in New York City and got a tour of the offices. And then Mosh was on a podcast, and I got to film like the behind the scenes of that and getting to like just walk around inside of Barstool's offices and just seeing like all the people behind like everything. Oh, and bro, I'm sorry. On top of that, you guys obviously have heard of like Bleacher Report.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
It's like it's kind of like the New Age Sports Center in a way of like just highlights, like sports highlights. And they also run like an account called BR Kicks, where it's like behind the scenes of like custom kicks that celebrities wear, whatever. I get to go to their offices too, and we got to film something there. And that was a whole separate trip to New York City. I've made a lot of trips to New York City recently. Yeah. But
New York's nice.
I don't know, just getting to like hang out in all these like offices in New York City and just seeing like the behind the scenes of everything and of how it all goes down. It's dope. Yeah.
So
no, honestly, like go ahead, Josh.
No, I was gonna say so. Yeah. So like, what are you doing now for like you can't meet up and film anymore in person? So is it just like waiting right now? Like,
yes and no, because actually I'm doing a video for the barber on Thursday. He's doing a haircut of the guy that owns the workout store, but they're doing the haircut at the workout store because obviously the barbershop is closed right now.
Yeah.
So he asked me to go film it at there, so I'm gonna bust out 2 videos in one.
Oh, that'll be good. Film and it's not like video. A huge crowd. It's literally just like what? 3
exactly.
or 4
and then he actually has like a smaller like home gym. It's not like a big gym. It's just like a small thing. So we might do like a workout video too.
That's cool.
And then I have like 6 videos backed up that I still have to edit. Because like before this whole thing happened, I filmed probably 2 videos every day for like a week straight. And that adds up. And obviously videos take a while to edit.
Oh my
so like
God.
I still have like 5 videos that I have to edit, and they're all unpaid. So like I could be getting paid for like, during this whole time. I'm just, like I said, it comes back to the whole thing of being lazy and like not taking advantage of the time off. And then, I don't know, it's tough to like.
I forgot. You're not in school right now, right?
No, I'm not. This is like the only thing I'm doing.
Yeah. Which I mean, you're working and you're doing what you like doing, which is
right.
good.
And I don't even know where this is gonna take me, to be honest, because like, and let's say in 6 more months, I could be hooked up with somebody that owns or done something even bigger than Mosh does. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where this is gonna take me. But I'm kind of just riding it out.
Because that's I was gonna ask that. Like, are you planning on doing the type of things you like those types of videos for not forever, but like kind of for a long time, or you eventually transition? Do you want to transition to something?
I do want to eventually. Like, I do like doing the whole 1 minute Instagram thing that I've been doing. Like, literally any business that you could think of. Like, let's say somebody runs like a car show or somebody runs like a barbecue event and they want me to film it. It's usually all for Instagram, guys. So the videos are always like a minute long. You know what I mean? But the thing that I like about doing the thing for Mosh is, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like filming and editing Mosh's videos way more than I do like the gym videos. I'm not saying that the gym videos suck to edit.
Well, because they're all
all fun. Like... But like, I like making a vlog style content, a longer comedy.
Of course.
Because the gym thing is very rigid. It's the same thing.
Exactly, and I'm limited to having a minute of content, and I've had to like delete a lot of content out. But I don't know, like my whole thing, like growing up, was always to make Call of Duty videos and vlog, like, you know, about the whole Vicksburg thing. We've always vlogged there. So
well, that's because what I was asking is like, do you ever
transition? I want to transition to doing longer content. Eventually, I want to get into weddings. But that's like, I don't know. You need like a team for that, I feel like. And then
people.
Well, I think what's cool is like, I think if you grow this, you could eventually even do more high profile weddings too.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? If you become well known, so it's like
exactly.
Yeah, like celebrity.
And it's cool because
which would be sick.
Exactly, bro. And,
that'd be dope, dude. Imagine
weddings,
going to like freaking Jennifer Lawrence's wedding or something like that.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Cool.
But on top of like this whole like wedding talk, there's this one guy that I follow on YouTube. His name's like, where the channel is called Full Time Filmmaker, and it's like this whole like filmmaking course of like, I don't know, just everything you need to know. And the course is like, the guys are really cool. But there's this one guy that his job is strictly to do wedding videos. His name's like Jake Weisler, or whatever. You could find it on his Instagrams, like Jake Weisler Films or whatever. But his wedding videos are better than movies that you see in theaters. Like, they're insane quality, insane, like the stuff that he does with the audio and just like intertwines it with it, like it's just awesome. It's crazy. So I was like, I wonder if I could get in contact with this guy. So I was like, what's the fastest way to do it? I was like, Instagram. So out of nowhere, one day I was watching his videos. I'm like, I'm gonna DM this guy, I'm gonna ask him like some tips. And crazy enough, he replied like 30 minutes later with like a full paragraph like rundown of like all the questions that I had. Like, yeah, he like took the time out of his day to answer me. And then
that's cool.
There was another time where I was watching Logan Paul's videos, and I know that he uses a Sony camera, and it's funny because since I make videos while watching like YouTube videos, I'm not just watching it for entertainment. I'm actually like dissecting like what they do, like what camera do they use, what like is it 4K? Because like I'm curious if people are filming in 4K. How did like recently I've been watching a lot of face cleanse videos because I want to like edit like how T-Wop does. So T-Wop. Instead of just like watching for you know, the idea of like just watching a YouTube video, I've been watching it to dissect and like figure out like how he edits and the effects that he puts on like the text, let's say, like crazy stuff. Like I've been dissecting it. So another day I was like, what if I like just DM Logan Paul's videographer David? And funny story, his name's David. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
So I DM'd his videographer David, German videographer David, and he replied to my DM.
Oh, you know? David replied?
I forgot. I think I asked him about like what lens they use for like impulsive, and he replied because I have the same cameras that they use, and I was like curious, like, you know, if I were to ever upgrade my lens. But
yeah, that's kind of similar to Josh. Remember when you for the what's it called, the Views podcast? Do you remember that when we were asking about the microphones?
Oh yeah, I texted Dima. I was like, I DM'd Dima. Right, Jason's assistant, and
which is so weird. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I don't know. I've been using Instagram a lot to just like DM a lot of people to like figure out like film techniques and like techniques.
Well, that's the thing too, especially when you grow too. It's like anyone will respond. Yeah, like you know they will respond. Yeah,
and obviously like check mark. I'm not big on Instagram yet. You know what I mean? But I never thought a day in my life that I would reach like the following where like the views were likes that I do. But like,
Well, honestly, Shane, I think it's if you do go back to the vlogging thing and you jump more into that, and if you can get a way to balance both, I think that will help you, because I think the reason why you my guess at least, your account is not growing like super fast is just because it's not like you necessarily, you know what I mean? But I think if you make it more about you to an extent,
bro, you know what's
I think
funny?
people will come for that.
You're so right, because all I post on Instagram is my clients' videos, because that's like I made it my portfolio.
Yeah, you can think about it as like an ads, you know what I mean?
One day I posted a photo of myself, because I literally have no photos of myself on Instagram. I posted a photo of myself. It got the most likes that any of my posts did.
It was the picture that we had that you had sent me for a while ago, right? It was like the one cause that's gonna be the one that's gonna be posted on Instagram too.
Right. And I was like, wait, why is it getting the most likes out of any of my posts? And it's just like
picture.
Like outside of like posting my client videos, like people follow me for me and not like so much other people's content. You know what I mean? So
I love that picture, by the way. I love that picture.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
The one on the railroad, right? The railroad.
Yes, that one. Yep, that's the same one I'm talking about.
I love that picture.
Yeah,
that's the one I'm using for the Instagram post. For
this,
like episode, because it's so good.
Yeah, I have like a whole folder of them too, if you need like different angles and whatnot. But yeah. So
well, I think you actually sent it to me, because we talked about.
Did I send
that
it
back when you took that picture? We talked about. That's how I have the picture, because we talked about it.
That's so.
I think we were gonna take pictures a while ago. It was
you're
before me and Josh took
And
pictures.
then you two did pictures, right?
Yeah, and then we ended up, because Josh ended up coming here.
Bro, I wish I lived closer, because I would obviously make the trip. But
we gotta meet up. No, I gotta meet up.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I mean, we'll meet up. We'll meet up before I leave.
Just come to work.
I'll be here for at least a month.
The Melio's house residence.
But no,
if
honestly,
Josh gets in contact with Mark to let the daughters out of quarantine.
Oh, Dixie, I know. I need to DM Dixie.
This is how you should parent.
Yeah, right.
Dixie D'Amelio.
But yeah, dude, it's just so far it's a crazy ride. I'm just curious to where it takes me. But yeah, if I were to make that transition, it would just to make longer length content, and then I personally like being Mosh's videographer. Like, you know how like YouTubers have videographers, like being like the job of like the guy that films videos for somebody else. Even though it's not my content, it's weird as this sounds, but it's actually easier to make, because you're not nitpicking. Like, you know, let's say I don't like my voice in a clip. I'm not going to obviously like not use somebody else's voice, because I don't know if they don't like their voice. Or like, I don't know if they don't like the angle of themselves.
Right.
But for me, like I'm always nitpicking that out. You know what I mean? So it's weird, but I actually prefer to film somebody else's videos and edit somebody else's videos than I do my own. It's weird.
No, I know what you mean, but because like I feel like with this podcast, like because you used to edit it actually back before you like got off this, but like when I started editing, because I like edit it. Like I listen to the whole thing.
Oh, you did?
Edit a lot of things. Yeah, like I go through. I do like I take like a good hour and a half or two to edit it, and it's like it's weird, because it's like. Sometimes I'll hear myself. I'm like, why did I just say that? And oh my god, dude, I suck at like enunciating my words, and I like noticing that, and I'm trying to fix that with the podcast.
Yeah, I've had trouble with this podcast, but we're doing
because I talk
pretty well.
so fast,
I know.
and it's gonna be the end of me,
bro. It's weird because I haven't had this type of like conversation, like podcast conversation since like you said, like September.
Like because you've been grinding.
Yeah,
but honestly, I'm pretty proud of the both of you guys, because you guys because again going back to like back in Fitchburg, like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Remember when we did the all-nighter, Shane? Like proper all-nighter in the lobby?
Yeah. Like
I always remember that stuff. It's just crazy. Just always
I kind of forgot what we talked about, but I just know that like
at the time we were working on logos, do you remember that?
Oh, I do remember that. But some of those nights, bro, it's just like I remember just sitting in like the D7 lounge and just like
something like that.
Yeah, bro, it was more like 2 a.m.
No, we stayed up like legit until people were going to classes the next day, and then we went to go to sleep.
Yeah,
I remember I was like disoriented for a bit, because I didn't realize I was working on my screen, like doing logos the whole like literally for I think it was, oh my god, I almost knocked something over. It was like 8 hours straight, or maybe I don't. Bro, it was bad.
And I'm not gonna lie, like as much as I talk crap about
dying.
college, because like I just don't like academic classes, but if I could like invent something where it's like content creators, I mean, it's like, how do I put
But I think that's because we got lucky, Shane. Like I know what you're talking about. Just creating an environment like this for all people that want to be creators, to put in the people in the position.
If we could invent something like that, that's like a dream. Like just
But that's kind of again what we were talking about. Like it is to an extent is creating again a group of people and bringing them, because also like just the energy is different. Everybody's working together on similar things. Everybody understands what they're doing.
I'm not gonna lie, like I go sometimes because I still have all the raw footage from like the vlogs and shit. I still go back and watch like raw clips just to see like what we were doing. Like like there was 3 months where like the craziest,
used to scare me.
The best moments like I've ever lived in life were probably from like just making YouTube videos with you guys, because like I've not like where I grew up.
Fun,
I could obviously invite people to be in my videos, but they weren't creators. Like they weren't creating themselves, so they didn't share like the same energy that I did. You know what I mean?
And plus, like we were like obviously genuine friends, so it was just us having fun. Like it was just like us living. Literally.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so weird when I go back and look at my vlogs. It literally looks like I have seasons. It's so weird because I've been vlogging for so long. Where like I was vlogging in high school, then I had college, and now I'm in LA. So it's like it's so weird, dude.
It is weird.
That was one of the things too. I talked to, remember Josh, we were talking about this, like how that's, I think what's cool about this podcast is since we started it, is a way for us, kind of more behind the scenes of us talking about that as everything's evolving.
Right.
Yeah. Which is, I think, like, because we're gonna look back at today.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You freaking out with Quavo, but you never know what's coming next.
I know, dude. But you know what's crazy though? Speaking of the whole vlog thing, as much as like people like shit on like people for filming their lives and whatnot, I find myself like going back to the old videos that I've made like so many times, and like because I forget, obviously, like as humans, you forget like what the hell happened like yesterday. You know what I mean? So like getting to go back and relive those moments, and as clear as like the video shows it and whatnot, and then like you remember like, you know, what happened that night, what happened that morning, what happened that day. Like it's just, that's why I want to start filming like what I do more often, because like I forgot what I did yesterday. You know what I mean? Like it would be cool to like film. If I did something cool, I would want to film it and have it documented instead of just like forgetting about it. You know what I mean? Like that moment that I met Quavo, obviously it was documented, but for like besides that, like what we did in that morning and nighttime, like I don't know what we did that morning. You know what I mean? Like it would be cool to like look back at it and see.
Like, that would have been a crazy vlog, like going up, like building up to that.
And it sucks too because like I'm so invested into the quality of videos now that's also another reason why I stopped making videos, is because I cared more about quality than quantity. And that's like my biggest like thing. I think my own videos.
About quality too.
No, obviously,
but it's also your style of videos too. Like your style of videos are very like a lot more cinematic than like my vlogs.
That's why I like it too, because I'm like I do like the artistic thing, like part of things more, because I feel like a lot of people. I think that's also like, again, if you jump back into vlogging, I think that might be what makes your stuff actually way better, because people now because obviously it is easy to do that, right? So it's so saturated, but I think if you can clearly show that there's some serious quality and keep it up until people notice you, like I think that can be good.
Exactly. But like I'm at the point where I'm so invested in quality, where that's the reason why I DM'd Logan Paul's videographer, because I want to figure out what lens they use so I could get that same lens and have that same quality content. That's what I mean by like quality. And that lens I figured out is like $1,500, but I've been saving up for it because like that's the lens that I want to use for vlogging. I don't know why, but it's a wide angle lens. It's nice. It looks good. And like the lens that I have now is so zoomed in. Nice. Obviously I could control that when I'm filming other people because I can back up, but I can't extend my arm out. You know what I mean? So like if I'm going to like film myself, I just like want a different camera, to want a different lens. And like, I don't know. I'm just so concerned about quality than I am quantity. And it's like,
I think one of,
obviously it's good, but at the same point, like
vlog was a clip that I took.
Really?
Yeah. Was it the one where he was rappelling down from the balcony?
Yeah. Oh, you're right, because I realized that the quality changed. Not the quality, but the
I realized that part sucked, Josh.
No, the focal length of the lens.
We were filming
because it went from wide to a little bit zoomed in a little bit.
That's so funny.
Yeah, freaking sucked. No, I'm just kidding.
Funny.
No, I realized because it was wide and then it zoomed in a little bit, and I could tell like the Sony colors in Canon, because you filmed Canon and he filmed Sony.
Yeah, because
I realized the colors shifted. Yeah, like, dude, bro, this is a filmmaker processing a video. You know what I mean? Like, I know what cameras people use by just looking at the colors in the video. It's weird. But
another cool thing that I want to say though, before we move on though, like with the vlogging thing that you were talking about, another cool thing about it too is that like, I feel like it got us to do crazy things. Like it got us to do more things that we normally wouldn't have, and it was fun.
Because you're right.
You do kind of like when you're living your day. Like, it's like you don't need to necessarily do something out of the ordinary.
For vlogs, you have to entertain.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden you're creating memories.
Bro, you remember that short film we did with Jack as the actor?
So much fun.
Like we would have never made that if it wasn't for having to make a video.
The Best Buy is
the Best Buy video.
I think that's always going to be. It's so good. We just roll up in 2 cars. I remember like every literally second of that.
But obviously, you guys know
the Best Buy video is by far the best example of like why vlogging is just like I don't know. It's just fun. I don't know if that's like even like a good sentence.
No, I know what you mean. I mean,
but it's like what you were saying,
like
Dave.
All the best
like
parts.
It makes like. Right. It makes the memory like that much better. Like because like we were vlogging, like we would have never done that if we weren't vlogging.
And imagine
like you would have literally just gone by yourself,
like,
probably with like Colby or TJ or something like that to go pick up the game.
Dude, I was going alone to pick up a PS4 Pro. That was it. That's literally all it was.
And then
it became such a huge thing.
And then it's and I also like going with people like on random trips like that because you never know what could happen. Like if like my friend like wants to go pick up, you know, like groceries at the store, like I'll go with him to go pick up groceries in the store just because you don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like that's why I like doing that stuff. But like you're like I'm going to pick up like Red Dead, and I'm like, oh, that's sick. And then like and then that random thing that was like, oh, we should dress up as cowboys and go pick up the game. like that just doesn't like no.
And then we went to Texas Roadhouse after.
The employees though, I remember their faces. We're all like literally it was like what 15 of us or something.
Yeah,
just all walk into the store with like camera people. We had like 3 cameras.
We had a
van and a truck. All people just piling out.
So
it was the craziest thing.
We went to Texas Roadhouse
after.
Yeah.
Dude, that vlog is by far like one of my
fun,
favorite vlogs to show.
And then
people.
The birthday thing.
Yeah, and you wouldn't get on the freaking.
I gotta rewatch those clips, bro.
Time.
You wouldn't get on.
I gotta go back to that day.
Suck, David.
It's so crazy.
I gotta go rewatch those clips. That was such a fun video.
I'm so mad that you didn't get on, David. That you know how much better that would have been.
Would it have?
Yeah, I think so. Are you kidding me? If you got on and started riding the saddle?
Maybe honestly, I feel like if we had done that like now, I maybe would have. But I don't know, because also like I was like I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff going on like I wasn't like fully all there. Like I was just.
Balji,
it's a long story, but I think like now I'm a lot more in that kind of.
Is there a bell?
You guys obviously know Danny Duncan,
dying. Right? I'm trying to like tell the lady. I'm like, it's Balji. Balji.
I think when she said that, I was like, I'm not about to get on there right now.
And everybody starts crying.
You guys obviously
She's
know
like,
Danny
Duncan,
Balji.
Right? I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yeah, no, Josh. Yeah, they know each other.
So you've seen his videos then?
Wait, say that again.
Danny Duncan?
Yeah, I know Danny.
You've obviously seen his videos.
Oh yeah, his freaking videos are awesome.
Speaking of quality and like wanting to like do what other people do, I went on my way to invest in a wireless mic, and it's funny because like I haven't really ever been able to use it yet. Because like I said, I still want to like get into like this whole YouTube thing, but I spent like $500 on this whole setup of his like a wireless mic and like everything like that. So, I was just thinking about it. Imagine we had the shit that we do. Like, imagine that we had like this mic or like the lenses and like everything that we during college, bro. It would have been because we could have made prank videos on campus.
Yeah, that would have been insane.
And like
that's the thing. It's like imagine creating that Best Buy video, but like every single time,
with
like, every time we're creating a video.
Yeah,
it's like that'd be so sick,
bro.
I mean, those microphones too. Like I think Josh, you need those. But those are the microphones you would probably.
They're so sick.
For the
lav mics.
The thing that
I could send you the link to this one.
No,
this one is like really good though. I could send you a link to it.
Because I think that's what you should use for the series that I was talking.
You think I should use a lav mic?
Like in the car, like it would be so much easier because it would pick up.
That's true.
Because they're pretty small.
Yeah.
Because that's what that. Yeah, I think that's how you should do it.
It's really nice.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna end it there.
Yeah, this was a good episode. I think we're already an hour in.
An hour, yeah. It's an hour for like an hour, a minute, 2 minutes.
I know.
Kind of nuts.
Nice job, everybody.
That flew by, dude.
Yep.
Nice job, guys.
Nice job, boys.
I'm not gonna lie, Dave. I know I've said this before, and I know you do not like hearing this, but I am starving.
All right.
Alright, whatever, guys. Anyways, but guys, go follow Shane on all of his social medias at Shane Danahy.
Yes, sir.
Go follow David Takla on all of his social medias. It's Takla. And go follow me on all my social medias, Josh Van Battenberg.
Yes, sir.
Alright, guys. Have a good,
boys.
crusty day.
Till the next one.
I'm unplugging my mic. Goodbye.